All right, so we are back. Let's get these knocked out for the day. I'm still thinking I really shouldn't, but I'm debating whether or not to just spend it for a guaranteed trinket, but I've already told you guys, you know what my luck's going to be. It's going to be another chalice. Like, I'd almost put money on it. I don't even think that got us enough. Yeah, we still have to wait a day, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, I just don't know. That system is not good, and we'll have to. Well, you guys hear the hesitation in my voice. I'm like, I don't even know, man. Yeah, we've got, so tomorrow we'll be able to pull trinkets. So I don't know, I'll make a decision about that tomorrow. But Capture Festival for Cherry is done. So hopefully you guys got your Astro Guide filled out. And yeah, here we go. And I know I didn't get anything because it would have already told me down there. So yeah, yay, gold. Gold and 1 egg. Oh boy. So what are we at here? So we're sitting over 600, and my goal too, so this has kind of hit my goal. I could care less about these 2 eggs, to be perfectly honest with you guys. It's more of getting these eggs right here. The legendary eggs have a chance for 5 stars, which is fine, but we've saved these ones up for the end of the year. So but this is more eggs than I started with last year. Again, when I started recording this year-long journey, we didn't have, I think I was at like 450. I'd have to rewatch the video to remember my numbers, because that's the whole reason why I made the series too, is just to document stuff as well. So definitely not as many as I was expecting, but I also, I've had my breaks and whatnot myself. So this is still going to be more eggs, and following what other YouTubers have hatched and their numbers, it sounds about right. It looks like we're again, with how my luck is in this game, I could get 0 like I did before, so I'm not even going to try and put a number to that. But regardless, Cherry's done, and we are set for the next Capture Festival's probably, they said, going to be happening just around after the maintenance, so I highly expect it'll be next Thursday, or probably the week before Christmas. And then this way the Capture Festival can happen during the holiday, and then January comes around. So like I said, I'm working on writing the video essay out. So we got 4 minutes. Cool. We're just gonna finish that now and keep crafting. So and as a quick kind of like another thing to point out too, with something I've noticed about again, with the super evolutions in the game. One thing why I get excited about them is it does add some, other Astromon into the pools and things like that. But one of the things that definitely needs to change, to talk about here as we kind of go through, is the super evolutions they do add something to the game. But the problem is we're at such a point now that the super evolutions don't, unless they get reworked almost. I've heard this one thrown around a lot, and I agree with it. Like Saren getting a super evolution is cool. Her stats are gonna go up. She gets a cool look. And again, I'm an aesthetic guy. I like the super evolutions because they change something that's been around for a while. But Saren really doesn't add to anything because of her. She's just, and I don't want to say outclassed, but she's outdone by other 4-star Astromons and some 5 stars out there that you guys have that are recovery. And they were already like that. So for instance, Dark Cupid is always a good direct correlation to my Light Hana Hime. Like if you have Light Hana Hime, you're basically set for recovery Astromon on certain things. Now that's only covering one element, and that's something to bring up with that. So you still have all the other elements that you might want a recovery Astromon, but that's again though one of those things where we're not limited in too many things in Monster Super League that says, well, you can only have a wood recovery Astromon. As far as I'm aware of, and again, I don't do Titans and stuff like that. You guys know that, so I don't speak for that. But the only place that is limiting is the Tower of Chaos in my book. Everywhere else out here, you can throw whatever Astromon you want in there. So Dark Cupid or Light Hanahime or any of the, or Dark Bast for a 5-star as a thought, you know, any of the other good shielding Astromon out there, you can bring them along, so there's no reason to bring anything else because of what they do. Again, Dark Hanahime is used for the battery. That's I forget the skill's name at the moment, but you guys see what I'm getting at is super evolving and having all these super evolutions are nice, and they do serve a purpose for a lot of the progression, because again, I've talked about like your attacking Astromon progression to get you into the mid game or the late game of Monster Super League. In the same way with healing, like recovering Astromon, you have that dynamic of you have Astromon too that have the progression. And early on, you might have started with Water Saren, for instance, right? And she was something that you used until you got. It's pretty easy to pull a Water Hanahime out of the gacha system. So you pulled Water Hanahime, and that was your progression, right? You went from Water Saren to a Water Hanahime. And this is all hypothetical, but that's kind of the general way of how the game flows, okay? And so you went from that progression on those healers, or maybe you pulled Cura or something. You just pulled a 4-star Astromon that just, Nat 4s have better stats than the Nat 3s, right? And so you have that progression that you pull yourself through. And with that, that's again why if we're going to continue to see these super, evolutions come out for these 3-star Astromon, I fully agree that they have to have reworks they have to have some type of rework to put them on par with others. I believe it was Elio, when I watched his video, he made the comment, Light Saren is pretty much the only one close to anything, and he's absolutely right on that one, because Light Saren is the only one I've ever built. She was my first real 4-star kind of healer. But when I got Light Hanahime, like I said, it was a direct upgrade. So I had her, and then Hanahime, everyone we know got her super evolution, and it just put her in another category. She had stats that just made her better. So in the same aspect, again, what I'm getting at with all of this is, yeah, I do agree that if we're going to continue to see these super evolutions, because again, she's probably going to look great. Again, the aesthetics, the costume, how she's going to look is going to be good. But the problem is she's just going to end up in your box. And that's the unfortunate part with a lot of the game. And so, as I've talked about over the past couple dailies and whatnot, is thinking about the game as a game design. I'm not just going to, again, with my video essay, I'm definitely not just going to, say everything that I don't like about the game and not give a way to improve it. You guys who have watched the dailies diligently, which I appreciate 100%, you guys know from the comments that I've made, that I have also put forth, ways to fix current problems in the game, or add different ways for Smart Study to approach what we how we go about seeing different Astromon and things like that. And that's again the one thing I think is this Monster Super League could be better as an actual game, not a mobile game. I think this could be an actual game out there to compete with the likes of Pokemon and stuff like that. I do believe that this game could be that. The problem is it's I don't think that's the direction. Again, everyone has a direction for something to go, but if this was just an actual game with, let's say again, customizing your character more, doing exactly what Pokemon does and does not do, right? Customizing your character, customizing your Astromon. This game could be so much more. Could be so much more and better. You could still have the PvP scene. But that's just that's just ramblings from me on that aspect. I still like the game. I still enjoy what it is, but I think it's definitely time that Monster Super League had a change of philosophy. Is kind of where I would look at it there. Well, I didn't expect to actually just flat out take her out, but that works. Yeah, we'll do that. And the rest of you guys. And then there's also, again, I'm a very small channel on here. You know, I'm not. I do not have a large enough voice. I will need your guys' help out there. And again, the point being too is we can only hope that the company will listen to us. They say they listen to our feedback. I don't know how much I personally believe that over the time that I have played this, because I've rarely seen anything that was player-based added that was from our neck of the woods, I would say. But we'll see. We'll see how that stuff goes. And I really need to get on to these dailies, or these weeklies, so that's what I'm going to go do. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in tomorrow's dailies.